Hello everyone, and welcome back to what is slightly unconventional half term 3, but welcome back to lockdown number 2. Find ourselves pretty much in a similar position as to we were to last year. Only this time it's a little bit more online. Okay, hopefully you've all been managing to access the live lessons and partaking and engaging with those. I know getting started was very quick. Okay, and we were up against it a little bit right at the beginning, but hopefully we've had a week now, a couple of weeks in fact, to kind of settle in, and hopefully it's becoming the norm now. But I'm sure, even though as part of that norm, that there are times where you kind of feel a little bit fed up, maybe, perhaps, that maybe they're a little bit tired, sat down and looking at that computer all the time, perhaps, that you've had enough at times, and maybe even there are occasions that you kind of drift off a little bit, and maybe that you've forgotten a lesson or even a hand in, or there's something that you've just kind of missed out. Um, and you know what? Actually, that's okay at times, because we are all feeling like that. We all have those times. But what this is about, this assembly, this kind of welcome back tour, I suppose, is about perseverance. It's about actually sticking with it. It's about actually keeping at those things, continuing that effort. Just as it says above, just up there, okay? Continue effort to do something or achieve something despite difficulty, failure, and opposition. And that is key. Prior to this lockdown last term, we ended up pretty much being at the top of everything. Okay. We did that because we were all there persevering in one way, shape, or form with something or the other, whether it be attendance, whether it be ATL, whether it be progress. But we all did it. We all had a part to play in it, even though at times we still felt probably tired, maybe sometimes a little bit fed up, but we all managed to do it. And we all managed to stick together with that to come out on top, which is brilliant. Now, in this last week or two, things have been slightly bit different. We're trying to get used to it in a slightly different way. We're not seeing everybody every single day. Okay, you get to see the teachers, you get to see me perhaps, just like now, but very rarely do I ever get to see you. Okay, now in addition to that, what we have got though is we've got some fantastic effort by people, by groups, and that's what this is about really, is me to show you that. Here's some examples, okay? Here's just some lessons, some feedback that we've got. Now here is an opportunity for you to pause this slide. I'm not going to read all of it, I'm not going to go through every single bit of it, okay? But it's an opportunity for you to pause this slide at this point. Take a look, it's well worth doing. There are some great feedback there from specific groups from whole year. Okay, that is not all subjects, it's just a handful that I've just received in this last week or two. And I really want you to have a look and pat yourself on the back for the achievements that you are making. But nonetheless, there are some praise in there, but there's also some areas for development. And that's what I'm kind of drawing our attention to. So, like I say, I've summarized a lot of that into some key points that I think are well worth us paying attention to and looking at what tweaks we can make to our day to day actions to make this online learning, live lessons, and our engagement far better so we can continue to be the very best year group, not just whilst we're in school, but actually online as well. And that's the key. That's the bit. That's about the consistency. Okay. Here are the key things then that's been picked up from that. These are the points, not only the strengths, but some areas for development. And we're all guilty of those bits. We're all got to work towards that, including myself. Okay. But when we look at those feedback, we've got some groups in particular that have great attendance rates. I mean, we've even had 100% rate, I think, from A2. So well done. And some other groups as well in there. We've got really high attendance rates, all right, which is great. Student engagement, largely with maturity. Okay. Lessons work best though when students engage, and that's what a lot of those comments were talking about, is that actually the more people that engage in those lessons, the better they become. Okay, these are the strengths of what we've picked out from certain groups, from certain individuals. Okay, attendance and work quality is much more improved from the previous. Right, from the previous lockdown, we really had a bit of a struggle. We really kind of would have struggled to hit that top, to be the top year group. But now things have improved drastically, which is fantastic. There's a good sense from those that are attending, right, that they have got a great ATL. And we can see that level of determination, that willingness to learn, that eagerness, which is brilliant. Nonetheless, though, there are still some improvements that need to be made. These are the areas that we really need to start focusing on as a year group, okay? That actually, are we joining in lessons late, or are we getting in there within the first 5 minutes? You'll notice that lessons are 5 minutes shorter to buy you that extra bit of time to make sure that work is submitted so that you can flip between and make sure you're in that lobby to log in, okay, in that lobby for your teachers to admit you as soon as possible. We could do with some greater contributions from a number of people. I've experienced it myself in the lessons that I've taught. Okay, I'll notice that, and that's some of that feedback. If you go back and pause it, you will notice that actually we need a greater contribution from a whole variety of people. It tends to be half a dozen people maybe is making the same comments, right? Get involved, right? You're not on camera, no one's going to see you. The comments, okay, people will see. It doesn't matter, okay? It doesn't matter. Ensure work is being submitted on time to all lessons. Okay, that is important. It shows and it is evidence of your engagement. Okay, and the importance of maintaining attendance, right, and the quality of your work. We've got another 4 weeks after this one. Okay, we've got to maintain it. We've got to keep it up there. And so, in summary of those points, then, it's important that our attendance is high. We've got high levels of engagement. Our work quality is brilliant, right? And we have a bit of consistency and continuity with that. And why? Well, you know what? Myself and other teachers are continually going to be on the lookout for those individuals that are doing those things, that have got that high attendance rate, that are submitting work. Their attitude to learning is brilliant. When I say attitude to learning, be mindful of the comments that you're putting into those meeting chats, okay? It is being recorded, okay? And that just demonstrates, well, have you got the right attitude in that lesson? Or are you trying to just derail it some way? Please bear that in mind. Right, make sure your engagement is good, the quality of work is fantastic. Okay, don't cut any corners. We can see what's being done and what isn't, and obviously maintain that consistency. That's what we're after. With that, some nominations quite soon are going to be putting through, and obviously I'm going to be making those contacts with home. Last but not least, okay, if we as individuals can all strive to be, right, that nominated individual for all of those things that we've talked about, then as a year group, we will be the nominated year group. We'll be the best year group. We'll be number one. Okay, but it's going to come from perseverance, and with perseverance we will succeed at achieving being the best year group. We can show that we can do it when we're in school. We've got to show that now when we're online by hitting all of these things. There are some resources out there to help you. Get in contact with your mentor if you're struggling with anything, or if you can't make a lesson or for whatever reason, right? Inform your teacher. Communication and that meeting chat is the only way that we can generally have that two-way conversation going. So please keep that engagement high. Resources that are available to you to support your work, to make sure that your work is of fantastic quality. Well, you've got that National Oak Academy, you've got the BBC Bite Size, and you've all got a login for the GCSE pod. If you can't remember it, if you're not sure what that might be, drop me an email. I'm here also to support every single one of you in every way I possibly can to make sure that you are the best, that you get the most out of this, and that we become the very best year group. Please bear that in mind. At that point, I'm going to leave it. Have a great week. I will be sending another kind of message out next week, and I'll be in contact. Again, remember, look at this sort of PowerPoint, look at this assembly, look back at the things that have been said, look at those key points for development. Think about who you can get in contact to help and support you, and make sure that you do so. Until then, till next week, have a great week, okay? Take care, and I'll see you later.